Hi, my name is Aya. You're watching Aya Reads, and I'm here to do a video that I completely stole from Becca over at Becca and the Book. So I'll leave her channel and the last one of these she did in the description. So this is a "These books will self-destruct in 12 months" video. Even though I did take this concept from her, I do have to say my reasonings for this video and how I'm planning on approaching reading these books is different from hers, because I believe her reasoning for doing these videos is because she needs like time to unhaul books. Like, she cannot just decide I'm gonna unhaul these books. She kind of needs that year for her to kind of convince herself that it's okay to unhaul these books. For me, I really want to make a concerted effort to actually read these books, and the fact that I have to unhaul them if I've not read them yet in a year is kind of a way for me to force myself to read these books. Also, the reason I decided on filming this video now as opposed to at the start of the year, like next year, is because it's my birthday in August. So I felt like, this is a good way for me to do this, because obviously, I just figured I'll just do it around my birthday, because then that is like a full years of my life that I have to read these books, as opposed to in January where I'll have other TBRs. Also, this coincides very well with my goal to read books that were published before 2014. I'm pretty sure all of these have been published before 2014, because some of these are one of the first books I bought because of BookTube in some way, or because somebody on YouTube was talking about books. Which, let me actually start with these two, because I am 100% sure I bought both these books because Elle Fowler talked about them in her literatures. Pretty sure I just aged myself. So the Elle Fowler, for those of you who don't know, was a very popular beauty influencer. Like, she's one of the OGs, and she started talking about books, and that is one of the reasons why I started getting into reading again. It was because of her literature. She called them literatures because I believe her channel was, I don't even know what her channel was, but glitter was some part of her username. And because of her, I found a very small booktube community, people reviewing books, doing book hauls, stuff like that. And yeah, these books I 100% bought because of her, and I've not read them yet, which is embarrassing. Entwined came out in 2011, and The Treachery of Beautiful Things came out in 2012. Pretty sure both of them are like fairy tale retellings. I think Entwined is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember that she talked about it maybe a decade ago and that she loved it. And yeah, this has survived many an unhaul. So I'm very much still interested in this book. I think the cover is still very beautiful, and I do remember her loving it. And I do like the concept. So yeah, but like I said, if I still have not read this yet in a year, then I guess I'll have to unhaul it. Same goes for The Treachery of Beautiful Things. I believe her brother gets kidnapped and she goes after him, and then she meets, and it's like a fairy story. Both of them are young adult. Yeah, we'll see if I still like this. Next is What I Saw and How I Lied. I'm pretty sure that this does not have good ratings. This book is like literally what this title says. It is a National Book Award winner. I do have to say, it's very short, so I should be able to fly through it. This is a historical fiction, I'm pretty sure, because it talks about her father returning from World War II. And I guess she lies about, so she sees something and then she lies about it, I'm pretty sure. Amelia Ann is Dead and Gone. Once again, I'm pretty sure this is a book with not a lot of good reviews. And I'm pretty sure, like, I heard one person talk about this and I bought it, and I don't know why, because I still have not read this. Amelia's body is found, and then our main character finds out that her life is like similar, or it parallels Amelia's life in some way. Maybe it's a mystery, I don't know. It's also very short, so I mean, at least if I don't like it, at least I won't spend a whole lot of time reading it. And like I said, especially these two, I don't think I'll be terribly sad to unhaul them at the end of the year, but I would have at least, like, I would prefer to have at least tried them before doing that. The Dust of 100 Dogs by A.S. King. A.S. King's a very popular author on BookTube, and I own a lot of her books, and I've not read any of them yet. So I figured let's just start with this one because this is kind of fantasy-esque. All her other books are young adult contemporaries, which honestly is not really my type of genre anymore. So I figured if I read this one and like her writing, that will maybe prompt me to read her other books. It's about pirates. I do have to say, this does not have the best ratings, but I do think A.S. King does not have the best ratings. Just a lot of people, it's like some people really, really love her and hype her up. Oh, okay, let me just actually read the blurb. In the late 17th century, famed teenage pirate Emma Morrissey was on the cusp of escaping the pirate life with her one true love and unfathomable riches when she was slain and cursed with the dust of 100 dogs, dooming her to 100 lives as a dog before returning to a human body with her memories intact. Interesting. Okay. How to Love by Katie Cotugno. I believe this is about teenage pregnancy, I think. I don't know why. I know Katie Cotugno is hit or miss for a lot of people. Let me just actually look it up. Yeah, so I think this is on the brink of young adult and new adult. It's a second chance romance, but she falls in love she falls pregnant the first time. So I believe he comes back after 3 years and she already has a 3-year-old daughter. So even though this is still young adult contemporary, it does deal with more mature themes. Yeah, once again, a book that has been on my shelves for such a long time. Came out in 2013. Have not read it yet. So hopefully, once again, this will prompt me to actually read it. Impossible by Nancy Werlin. This has, I believe I wanted to read it this month, but I didn't get around to it. This is a retelling of something. The Scarborough Affair. I don't know, but I do know that this is a trilogy. So if I love it, then there's 2 other books. I do have one thing that is good is that all 3 of these books are on script as well. So I should have no excuses not to read this one because I can read it out and about. This one came out in 2008, so it is a very old book. But yeah, like I said, if I have not read this yet by the end of the year, it's gone. It is top of my mind because it has been on a couple of TBRs for me these past couple of months. So hopefully August will be the month that I'll finally read this one. Shine by Lauren Miracle. This is a young adult. I'm pretty sure it is about homophobia. About this southern town where a boy gets brutally beaten and almost killed for being gay. So it is a very, very interesting book. Very important book. And the reason it's on here is, once again, I want to force myself to read it because it has been on my shelves for such a long time. It came out in 2011. I believe this is, I bought this so long ago. But on the other hand, I am slowly moving away from young adult contemporaries. So if I don't read this year, then I have to unhaul it. And I do believe that it is better served for me to put it somewhere and have other young adults read it instead of it just collecting dust on my shelf and me not reading it. Fixing Delilah by Sarah Ackler. I'm pretty sure this is a solid young adult contemporary written in 2010. I do own another book by Sarah Ackler. The Book of Broken Hearts. So I don't know, I just picked one of them. So this is Fixing Delilah. Yeah, I think out of all of the books on this, in this video, this has the highest chance of me unhauling it at the end of the year without having read it. Maybe it will be one of my favorite books. I guess we'll see. Raised by Wolves by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a werewolf story. For those of you who don't know, werewolves are my favorite mythical creature, paranormal creature. I love werewolf stories. I especially love the pack dynamics. I've always loved that. It first started in Twilight, where, yes, obviously Stephanie, what's her name? Stephanie Meyer. Oh my God, Stephanie Meyer did misuse Native American culture in those books. But one thing I did love was the whole pack mentality, the fact that they were so close together. I felt like it felt more warm to me than the whole Cullen clan, even though that they were also very close and a close-knit family. But yeah, I really don't know what this is about. I don't care. All I know is it's about werewolves. And this actually has the highest chance of me really loving it because with paranormal and fantasy books, it doesn't really matter to me if it's young adult or adult. Yes, if I had to pick one, I would prefer the adult stuff. I have been known to still love young adult paranormal and fantasy books. Fateful by Claudia Gray, once again a book that has been on my shelves for years and years and years. This, I believe, is about the Titanic. There's also a paranormal twist to it. So yeah, if I don't read this year, then I'll probably never read it. So, because I've proved that to myself. And then last but not least is 172 Hours on the Moon. This, I believe, is a horror book set in space, which I've not read those yet, but I do have a feeling that I like those sorts of stories. I don't know why. I really want to try one. I don't know what this is about. Yeah, I believe this is a bunch of teenagers get recruited to go on the moon. It has been decades since anyone set foot on the moon. Now 3 ordinary teenagers, the winners of NASA's unprecedented worldwide lottery, are about to become the first young people in space and change their lives forever. But apparently there's something sinister going on and nobody's there to save them. It sounds very interesting. I don't know why I still have not read it yet. But I do want to try some horror, and especially horror set in space, so this would be perfect for that. So yes, those are the 12 books that will self-destruct in 12 months. Hopefully I'll get to at least 10 of them. Like, if I get to 10 of them, I will be very proud. Out of all of them, now that I've talked about them, the ones that I am the most intrigued by are these 3. Entwined, Raised by Wolves, and 172 Hours on the Moon. So those will definitely be prioritized by me. Hopefully I'll love them. Definitely let me know if you want me to vlog the experience, because I might do that. And I also really want to know if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts were, because it definitely will impact the order of when I'll read these books. I'd also be very interested to know if there's any books that have been collecting dust on your shelves for years that you still haven't read. Technically, I know that I'm not the only one, but I really want confirmation for that. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.